Good morning, my tribe of the whole Healthy Women group. It's so nice to see you all this morning, and I apologize. Last 2 weeks, I was traveling in different time zones, and so 3 Thursdays ago, I guess I remembered and recorded some things about traveling and things that I take, supplements and tools that I take when I'm traveling. And then I have to admit, the Thursday after that, I was in Boise, Idaho, 2 time zones away, and I had a 8-week-old in my lap, so I just never made it on here. Anyway, what if I told you that there is a sexy superfood that maybe you are familiar with, and maybe you incorporate it into your diet rotation? I have to admit, it's just come back on my radar screen. I just totally kind of, I don't know, forgot about it, I guess. And my host, good friend Sandy, served it while we were out of town. And I went, what was I thinking? Because this sexy superfood will fill you up full so you don't have hunger cravings, so that can control your appetite. It actually slows down your digestion in a good way so that you don't have blood sugar spikes. Actually provides more omega-3 fatty acid per ounce than salmon. Are you curious yet? It can raise your good HDL in your cholesterol panel. It's found to reduce arterial plaque, which of course we don't want any arterial plaque. And it acts as an antioxidant to provide protection from damage to your cell membranes. Think again, if our skin is rusting or our cells are getting crusty and crispy, that speeds up the aging process. So, all right, who's going to guess? It's the lowly chia seed. Chia, not the kind that you grow grass in that little, pet thing. Yeah, I've been making chia pudding. Oh my gosh. And I make it ahead of time. It lasts a week in the refrigerator. Now, the key is that it's got to be organic, so it's sustainably grown. I got this at Trader Joe's. I had it in my pantry. I was like, Leslie, how come you're not making chia pudding? Anyway, see, chia seeds, when they get wet in either coconut water, coconut milk, almond milk, they swell. They have this really cool coating that's mucilaginous. I love that word. In other words, if you didn't like tapioca when you were a kid, think fish eyeballs, but it swells and has that wet fiber around it. So it absorbs water, makes your stomach feel fuller, faster. Fiber helps your digestive system move smoothly and quickly. So this is kind of like toothbrush of your colon. It really just moves things through. So this is be a really good tool for maintaining a healthy weight. So the other thing is that when we eat a diet high in processed carbs and carbs, we get all these fluctuating blood sugar roller coaster cycles, which leads us to, insulin resistance, weight gain, and pre-diabetes. And so chia seeds are a rich source of protein and the omega-3s, and those help metabolize our blood sugar levels and stabilize. It really was the word I meant to use there. So anyone with type 2 diabetes that have to control their blood sugars, this is a great high fiber, high protein food that can manage your digestion, and you're not susceptible to empty calories. Fiber, we talked about earlier, stimulates digestion and movement. So 11 of the 12 grams of carbs in chias are fiber. You know how you do look at labels and we're saying, okay, it's got so many carbs, so many fibers, net, Vermont. This is great. Lots of fiber. It doesn't raise your blood sugar or spike your insulin. In fact, chia can offer 40% of your daily recommended intake of fiber. Foods that are low in fiber move quickly through your gut and prevent nutrients from really being absorbed. This is I see a lot in my practice. Leslie, I'm eating great protein and things, but if you're not digesting in the right way, those nutrients are not getting absorbed, especially if your small intestine tends to be leaky or permeable due to a history of poor eating and antibiotics and things like that. Benefits of the little chia seed can reach all the way to the heart because of that omega-3 fatty acid. Reduces inflammation, and we don't want inflammation in our cardiovascular system. These carbs, because they are slow conversion, can improve your energy levels. So if you're feeling a little peaked or mid-morning or something, because they take so long to digest, it makes the nutrients available. You know, a lot of endurance athletes, marathon runners, snack on chia seed bars and chia seed meal replacement for energy. 1 ounce of chia seed contains 5 grams of protein, which is great. We're shooting for 60 to 90 grams of protein every day, but this is one way to get some other protein in. I don't recommend anybody be a vegetarian or vegan, but chia seeds can be added to soups, smoothies, salads as a protein source for those that don't want to take animal meat. Also, rich in amino acids, which help us produce our neurotransmitters. So the little lonely chia is great for our mood and our brain. It helps our brain increase the production of serotonin, which is our happy hormone. Serotonin relieves anxiety, and the chia seed helps us produce melatonin, which is our sleep hormone. You know, as we age and the body creates byproducts as our cells are doing their thing and they get rid of waste, they also create free radicals, which is a consequence of the cells aging and breaking down. Ooh, commercial break. I'm so into big hoops right now. Anyway, so got these. What do you think? Love big hoops. I love big hoops. Antioxidants prevent the production of free radicals and reduce their ratio to the healthy cell. So high in antioxidants. Now, the other thing you wouldn't think of as a lonely chia seed is great for helping our bones and preventing osteoporosis. 1 ounce serving of chia seeds contains 15 to 20% of the recommended daily allowance of calcium. Who knew? Also, calcium needs its little buddies, phosphorus and magnesium, both of which are found to make bones and found in chia seeds. So, how do you do it, Leslie? What's a chia pudding? Well, of course, you could go to Pinterest or anywhere and find tons of recipes, but let me just break it down for you how I did it. I happen to have a bunch of these little jelly jars. I think these are 8 ounces. And I preferred unsweetened almond milk this time around. And I found that a tablespoon to a half a cup of almond milk is a really good ratio. And you put the seeds in and the almond milk. I could do it, I guess, right now, in fact, husband loved this recipe. Here goes about a tablespoon. There goes about. And I say unsweetened because we don't want to add any more sugars. The whole idea of this is that we're maintaining our blood sugar levels and not spiking and causing insulin. So, chia seeds could tend to clump at the bottom, so we want to make sure that we get it really mixed. And once you mix it, you let it sit there for a while before you put it in the refrigerator. And here's some other fun ways to get some great things into your body via chia pudding. Cinnamon, great for blood sugar control. It's a great spice, very good for the system. I just put a little sprinkle of cinnamon there. If you want a little bit of sweet and you're not getting it from a sweetened beverage, I put a teaspoon of honey, organic honey, in mine, and I stir that up. Now, here's the good part. We can put our protein powder in there. Now, what I might recommend, because I haven't actually done this yet, is that I would mix my protein powder with my almond milk first and make sure it kind of dissolves. There we go, a little protein. And then the other super ingredient would be our collagen powder from Further Food. Brilliant. So we're getting extra collagen for our skin and bones. We're getting an extra hit of protein. So if there's only 5 grams of protein in this chia, Right now, I just put in a scoop of 20 grams of protein. Hello, smart me. Now, last week when I made this, the next morning when I pulled out my jars of chia pudding, then I added blueberries, sliced almonds, or raspberries. Actually used pumpkin and sunflower seed also because they're so rich in minerals. But I think with this one and this batch, I'm going to see that chia is already clumping at the bottom, so I'm going to stir that up. I think this batch, I'm going to actually put frozen berries in here now and maybe some nuts, then refrigerate it and see, because then it's truly spoon right out of the jar. My husband loved it, but he took it all out of the jar into a bowl and then added the berries and the nuts. I'm like, okay, we could maybe kind of reduce a step in there so I don't have another dirty dish to wash. Anyway, wanted you to know about this sexy superfood that really works for us women to keep us slim, healthy, energized, strong bones, great blood sugar levels. Let me know if you're going to make it. Take pictures. Take a picture of your chia pudding. I actually did a funny little video that I will post in here this week of me and my hair rollers and my chia pudding. But let me know what you think. Thanks for stopping in. I appreciate it so much. It's so funny. I don't have any comments right now, but it's always a pleasure. And I will be back next Thursday on Ask Me Anything.